Thank you. Well, as I mentioned, thank you. Dude, I need to turn off my phone for this. I'm using my phone to just uh, read my chat, and all of a sudden there's music on my phone. It's highly annoying. Um, there's no work. Anyway, as I mentioned, the only real changes to this route occur after the Myth of Mines. Actually, the beginning of the Myth of Mines, as I don't get long-range materia anymore either. And that of course is already a step counter difference. It's actually kind of irrelevant. It's terrible. But the Northern Cave doesn't really change. There's still 3 dangerous encounters, but whereas it used to be an Elemania, and 2 Parasites, it's now an Elemania, and a Dark Dragon. And the Dark Dragon is kinda more dangerous than the Parasites because the Dark Dragon has an attack called Dark Dragon Breath, which can just outright kill you. It's actually very similar to Ultimate Beam, only that the chance of Dark Dragon Breath is much smaller. On the other hand, the Dark Dragon usually only gets 1 attack off, so if you survive its first attack, and I think there's only 1 in 5 chance, actually maybe even lower than that, I can't remember. If you survive the first attack, you're probably good. Whereas the Parasites, because it's 2 Parasites, can be much more dangerous. Falling asleep on stream. Well, that's somewhat what streams. You know, apparently some people actually just watch streams to fall asleep. That's okay. Hey. Also, my attempt count for this route is pretty much just an estimation. It says 899, but I really don't know how many attempts I've had overall in this YuffieWarping +1. This is also the first time I actually used live splits. I used to use just W split, but people kept telling me that I should probably use live split instead of W split, and so far it looks quite nice. I mean, the biggest difference is that whereas in live splits, once you actually get past a split, it only shows the delta, so the difference to your old split. Life split actually allows you to keep both the time and the difference. I like that. So you can't do that with W split. That's probably the biggest issue. So right now, you know, I'm 30 seconds ahead, but also you get like a time. So that was 8:29. I mean, it's not really a huge change, but I still like it. Actually, I don't think I'd change anything in Midgard, so... There's really nothing to look forward to in the next 100 minutes or so. You have a busted GK. That's fascinating. A save step count? Well, you can try. Well, I mean, I'm already using a somewhat very safe step count. Ultimately, there isn't anything as absolute safety in the Northern Cave, because you will always have encounters there, and even though you're able to get rid of the most dangerous encounters, there's never absolute safety. I mean, in the route that I will use for this, I will have 3 dangerous encounters, and by that I mean that really only 3 encounters can kill me, and that's an Alemannia, an Alemannia back attack, and a Dark Dragon, previously 2 parasites. This is terrible. There's like a small... I don't really know what to press there. You just do some different things there. You can actually pass Barrett there. You gain like, I don't know, like half a second to a second if you do that. But sometimes you just get stuck there and it's very annoying, and that's what happened there. Well, it doesn't really get... I mean, I know it's faster than, like, the game runs for you, but it's not really that huge of a difference. I mean, I know what you mean, but, you know, just watching the game compared to you, even if it runs at, like, 2 frames faster, to me that difference is not really visible at first glance. I mean, I can only really tell, like, by the times that I get compared to you. I wouldn't be able to just tell by how the game looks. I don't think so. I really don't even watch this game so much. I don't even like this game. Why do I even want to do this? I have no idea. Lukewarm. Well, I remember the last time there was this huge Twitch riot. I think that was when there was... I don't even know what exactly it was, but there was this Twitch admin. I'm not sure if he still is one, but there was this Twitch admin horror that for some reason was involved in some kind of, I don't know, public outrage too. I'm not really sure what happened back then exactly, but I don't know, something happened back then that caused quite some public dismay. Yeah, Midgar is kind of easy for like step count. You should really follow Midgar. Oh my god, that Kappa is just disturbing. That looks like Chucky, the monster doll or something. Who makes that kind of Kappa? That looks just terrifying. I'm not really sure if that's its intended effect, but that's what that Kappa looks like. Yeah, I know it's a sub-emote. I mean, I have better Twitch, so I can just hover over it and see what it is, but I don't quite understand what this emote is used for, except like another Kappa. A custom Kappa face. Also, surprisingly, I don't think I have caught an ESA flu or something. Apparently people catch like a GDQ and SGDQ flu, because just the phone people they meet at like the GDQs. It seems I didn't get that from ESA. I still feel healthy. I was actually expecting to just die of some, I don't know, some cold I would catch. Because my immune system is pretty much just based on not getting contact with people and other things. Well, if you actually were there at ESA, you probably could tell that, but I actually met a couple of people there, like in person. They would have quite some interesting things to tell about me, I think. Well, of course I do have to leave the house. Every now and then. Also, on my second last day of ESA, I actually found a tuna can in like... There was like food that was communal so that you could use for free. And I found a tuna can there, but the issue was that it didn't have like... you know, some tuna cans have like an attached opening, so you just have to pull that kind of metal thing and it opens on itself. But that tuna can was very primitive. It had to be opened with a can opener, and for some reason they didn't have a can opener. So I actually had to start open that thing with some kind of sharp knife, but eventually it didn't really seem worthwhile, so I opened it like to 10%, then I just left it in the fridge, and I think it's still somewhere there. It was kind of depressing, so I'm kind of glad I'm home now, because I can once again make use of my vast tuna stash. Yeah, actually I've noticed that myself, and I would agree with the TV man. It looks like an anteater or some kind of ant lion. Just its forehead, I mean not its forehead, but its front face. Whatever, it looks very disturbing. Tuna salads. Well, apparently I heard people actually eat tuna on like sandwiches, and they do stuff with tuna. I just eat it out of the can, and that's it. I even spill out everything that's in the can except for the tuna. I spill out like... I only really buy tuna with water. I don't even put on mayonnaise or anything, I just get tuna cans with water, and then I make sure that all the water is gone. I just really just like to eat very dry tuna. Yeah, but unfortunately, because there was no tuna DSA, I think I could have bought tuna, but I didn't. So I had to somewhat use other things to eat. I think I survived it. It was actually quite fun. I'm kind of depressed it's over and I had to leave. But well, Sweden is quite a fun place to be. I mean, at least that's from like the 10 days I spent there. Yeah, but unfortunately, I left a wall clock there, so no, I don't have a wall clock anymore. I need to get a new one. I actually took like a clock that you can hang on the wall to use in my hotel room. It's one of those digital clocks that also has like an alarm system and a temperature, tells you the temperature and stuff. And I left that there, so no, I don't even know what time it is. Unless, of course, I use any of the other, like, 15 clocks in my room. But that was my favorite clock, and I left it there. My life is over. No, I don't think so, because I think I was the last person to leave the hotel room. Maybe that's it. We should have checked the girls' boards. Also, someone at ESA still owes me 10 crowns, 10 Swedish crowns, because I bought him a cheeseburger and never paid me back. So financially, it was a disaster. I lost a wall clock and 10 Swedish kronas. Well, the next time I attend a convention, I will make sure to monitor people's liquidity much more closely before I decide to buy them stuff. Hey. I think that's actually quite a good advice. Before you buy people's stuff, you should always scrutinize their liquidity. Because there might be a chance that if you decide to buy them like McDonald's foods, they will actually just not be able to pay you. That's the lesson I learned there. That's probably the biggest thing I learned from ESA. Don't buy people McDonald's foods. Unless yourself. Unless for yourself. Well, it wasn't Seraph, it was someone else. Seraph... It wasn't Seraph, it was someone called Rosa, who apparently speedruns. I don't really know what he speedruns. I didn't even really know him. I was just on my way to McDonald's and buying some stuff. And he asked me if he could, if I could bring him a cheeseburger. And, well, he just couldn't pay me. Well, you know, I was just going to McDonald's and he asked me if I could just bring him one, and I actually did ask him if he could pay me, and he said yes to me. So, even though I already took quite some safety measurements, it seems I was just far too reliant. I should have really just paid, or I should have just collected money in advance. This will probably haunt me until my dying day to have lost those 10 Swedish krona, which are worth approximately €1. Actually more like €1.10. I could have conquered the world without that €1.10. I could have bought stocks in some kind of armament factory and made a fortune out of that €1.10, but no, I will never amass that fortune anymore, because I was the victim of some cheesy cheeseburger scheme. Well, I guess I should just get over it and learn my lesson. I think I did. I think in 10 years of time, I will be able to look back on it and reflect on it and be happy that I learned this most important life lesson about food and whom not to buy it. Hey. Well, I don't really know. It was about €1.10, probably like $1.30 or something. You know, interestingly, a McDonald's cheeseburger costs about €1.20 or something here in Germany. And it costs... Does it cost like $1 in the USA? Because that would be kind of strange. Actually, it wouldn't really be strange, but it was just show that... because a euro is like $1.40 or $1.35, that in the USA a cheeseburger is much cheaper than in Germany. If it costs only $1 there. You know, there actually is this Big Mac index that just pretty much that's actually a valid tool in economics used to like assess purchase power in different countries. But anyway, why am I even mentioning that? It's unbearably white. What does that mean? Actually quite good damage. It's actually very nice damage. Statistics. Oh, I need to actually adjust one color. Because one thing I really don't like about splits is when you're still on a split and like the time is ticking down, like how many seconds you had, I want that color to match the text box I use so that I can't actually see it. I need to adjust that later on. And interestingly, I lost some time on this. I did get the Jesse skip actually quite fast even. And still lost about 2 seconds. Also, the one thing that I don't like about live split and that I like better on W split is that on W split you could separately choose colors for like the overall timer and your splits. On live split, I don't think you can do that. Maybe I just haven't found that option or that configuration yet, but from what I can tell, it's impossible. At least, well, you can have like, you can just have one timer color for all scenarios and just different split colors, but you can't have different split colors and different timer colors. Maybe I'm just expecting too much. But, well, it's okay. You need to change your split colors. What's about your split colors? Well, you know, I get the impression that people want me to change my split colors so that they don't get confused about the colors yellow and blue. Because apparently people assume that when they see the color yellow, which they then assume is gold, that that's a gold split. But for me, yellow is just, I'm ahead but I lost time. Well, it depends on what game you won, but for FF7 you can just find those transparent pics on FF Wikia. That's actually where I got all the split pics. Just PNG pics. I would assume that you can do the same for FF8 and FF9, probably also FF10 and FF10 too, probably FF6 and whatever too. But if you won like very different games, it might be harder, because I couldn't tell you where to get pictures like this, and thank you. Yeah, that's annoying. I mean, you can probably just edit them manually with like GIMP. Dudes. I find it quite nice that you can actually add a game icon or a category icon to Live Split's title bar. So, oh my god, this is terrible. It's like a couple of wasted steps. So I added the Yuffie face to it. I don't know how many steps I lost, but it shouldn't be that serious, because I was kind of a bit ahead anyway. And unless I make a huge mistake, at this point it doesn't really matter so much anyway. The only thing that really is affected by my step count at this point is if I am able, or if I have the chance to get a preempt on apps or not. Wow, this is a weird chat where the mods cause more chaos than the viewers. Can you name another chat in which that's the case? Because it seems to me that you have found that there's a couple of those jets, and where else is that the case? Like, I'd like to know. You know, actually I was looking into a lot of different things when I made some more changes to this. You know, I was actually looking into skipping a set of sources. So like, for example, either skip the power sources entirely, or skip 99 speed source so that you only have to duplicate the speed sources once. And even though both of these, or either of these things, would save a lot of time, skipping the speed sources, or skipping one set of speed sources once, would actually save more time if you're very lucky. Because you could, in theory, you could have only one vice battle. If you're able to duplicate both sources in the one battle. Ultimately, I decided against this, and this is terrible. I didn't even get the screen loading skip. I'm quite behind. If you skip sources or set of sources, it makes the final battles much slower. I haven't really timed it. It could probably, or it could possibly still save some time, depending on some circumstances, but it makes the final battles just look very stupid. And that's why I opted not to do that. And even if it does save time, I really don't think it's worth it. I mean, you can always use less speed sources, but what I meant is, or less power sources, what I meant is that you only duplicate like the speed sources once. I mean, you can duplicate the speed sources like 99 and then up to like 80 or something. The exact number of how many sources you need, that's actually a very foggy thing. But, well, if you start duplication, if you go to 80 or 99, doesn't really make a huge difference, because it takes like another 4 seconds or 5 seconds to go from 80 to 99. But if you have like, if you skip an entire set, so 99 sources entirely, that's a lot of time, because you skip like an entire battle. So, if you skip sources, it only really matters if you skip an entire set. If you skip like 10 sources, it saves like a couple of seconds. Depending on how fast you can duplicate them, it saves like, I don't know, like 5 sources would be a second or something, or maybe 4 sources a second. So you can always do that, but that really won't change that much. I just probably need to calculate Cloud's stats and come up with some kind of solution. Because actually in this one, I won't even sell the power wrist anymore. I will actually equip that with Clouds. You get the power wrist in Northern Cave when you get Sif, aka Young Clouds. Normally I sell that, but this time I will just give it to Clouds to increase his attack by 10. Wow, better Twitch TV died on you. I'm using this pop-out chat, and I hope nothing happens to it, because if it breaks, pretty much can't reach chat anymore. I can just use my phone, but Twitch mobile app, even though it works much better now, has some issues still, and I generally don't like to use it for longer periods of time. Yeah, I mean, first they announced their VOD time length thing and past broadcast temporary storage, and then they did even worse, this audio thing. You know, it kind of makes sense to announce, to just get over all the stuff they want to implement. You know, it's, well, it's probably wiser to like do only once a lot of big trash, then be done with it. It's actually kind of makes sense. I mean, if you like do too much, then people would just get completely annoyed and just leave. But you know, YouTube has this annoying policy to just change stuff every I don't know, every 2 months or so, where they for some completely random reason just do some completely random site change. Like, I don't even know what they will do next time, but every 2 months or so they come up with some new trash no one actually asked for, and that only makes things worse. I mean, probably the worst so far was this entire Google Plus thing. But even before that, they just changed things for no reason. I mean, they just like to make things worse. I mean, someone has to profit from that, because otherwise they wouldn't do it. I'm just not really sure who actually profits from that. Because it seems very arbitrary to me what they do on YouTube. I mean, of course the Google Plus thing not so much, because of course Google Plus profits from it, because they expect more just people who subscribe or who just use Google Plus. Personally, I don't know anyone who uses Google Plus, but apparently they hope people would use Google Plus, because I don't know, they thought it would be a very nice site that no one actually has any kind of use for. Actually, I do use recommended videos every now and then. I mean, I could go without, but I mean, there's really annoying stuff. Like, for example, you can't find you have to, like, to get to your channel and to your videos, you have to now use a different shortcut. I mean, why did they remove that? Just, I don't get it. Why would they just remove parts of the sites, like shortcuts? You know, it kind of makes sense to me, because if they remove that, you have to access those in different ways, and those different ways, maybe you just watch stuff that they want you to watch, like stuff from YouTube partners and whatever, some ads. But, well, I mean, Twitch also mentioned or announced that there will be this Reddit Ask Me Anything session in about 15 hours. And, well, that's gonna be interesting, I guess. Yeah, of course we have a Pepsi commercial, because I'm sponsored by Pepsi. I get about 15,000 Pepsi dollars a month. Well, Twitch will most likely dodge anyone's questions, except for very suave, lukewarm questions that probably aren't even really relevant. Well, I really don't think that Twitch, or whoever's in charge of it, enjoys better Twitch TV, because it's an unauthorized add-on. I mean, it doesn't really do anything to the site in itself, but I mean, why should they and why should anyone, whoever's in charge of Twitch and its policies, why should they be happy about it? I mean, can they make money off of it? No. So, will they enjoy that? No. That's usually how things work. Well, when there was this Google Plus change to YouTube, you know, someone actually, there was this very annoying video by YouTube that explained the changes, and they tried to, like, make it popular. That video actually still is on YouTube. I don't know what it's called, but it's something about, well, just the introduction of Google Plus and, like, a tutorial or whatever. And it features some kind of very annoying cooking girl channel thing in a just obnoxiously annoying way. And that video has, like, I don't know, 1 million views the last time I checked a couple of months ago, and, like, I don't know, 98% dislikes or something. Oh my god, the stack. Oh my god, the staircase. Oh my god. Please. Everything here is in seconds. The general unit of time is seconds. I just disabled the decimal points. Because for this one, I really don't care about decimal. Or just sub-second time changes. You know, it's like a 2-hour one. Being ahead or behind by less than a second, I really don't care. And if this were a much shorter one, I would probably activate the second sub-second thing again, but I mean, I have the sub-second, I have like 200ths of a second at the final timer, or the final split, but just for the deltas before the final split, I really don't care if I'm ahead or behind by less than a second. I like just this clarity of just having seconds and having that as the smallest unit of time. Please. I just take everything very seriously. You know, it's just about personal preference. Maybe I might change this because, I don't know, but I like the way it looks. Also, when I first saw live splits, I couldn't really tell if for the splits you already passed. For example, on my Hoover splits, the time you see there, 2840, I couldn't tell if the time was the time I got in this one or the time that I got in my other one and that I'm 11 seconds ahead of. But actually the time there, 2840, is the time of this one, and to somehow illustrate that, I actually use a slightly different color of grey for that compared to the oncoming splits. Thank you. Good night. So maybe that helps. If someone is... Oh my god. Was the wrong text box first. I lost another like 1.5 seconds. Also, I have this fancy shadow effect on my icons. If you look closely, and I can't really tell how well you can see that because of just my bitrate at which I stream. The split icons have a grayish shadow surrounding them. Excuse me. And I kind of like that. It looks kind of fancy to me. You can actually change that color of the shadow. I actually had that in like purple blue for a while. It looked quite nice, but it was really kind of annoying too. So now I have this color. And it's also quite neat that you can actually import your splits from WSplit and other timers. I couldn't really import my layout for this, I had to do this manually, but that's okay. I just basically copied my layouts. This is kinda early. I don't think this will be preemptive. It probably doesn't matter that much anyway, but... Yeah, this is no preemptive. Who would have thought? I don't even get a first turn, this is horrible. I mean, the way that I get a preemptive there is kind of... Basically, I just have a somewhat dysfunctional setup for that. Maybe it's not really dysfunctional, it's just very specific. I get a preemptive in this fight about 50% of the time. Well, at least I skipped the third Sword Tsunami, that's more or less the only thing you can really accomplish here. And I actually did change the shade of blue I use for a best segment splits. It used to be a slightly brighter blue, now it's somewhat darker. Oh, another thing I will change is after the Mythomines, when I do the battle mode warping, I will actually not go for the beach battle anymore, but I will go for a dirt battle. Because of... This is very late, I need to walk more. Basically, I recently found out that if I get this battle too late, which means I'm too much ahead, I have to walk more. I actually only found that out during ESA when I did some practice. But that was really quite helpful to know. Because if you are too much ahead, you will get an extra battle here, just because those two screens, the first and the second screen of the train graveyard, they have different encounter rates, and if you get the battle too late, you spend less steps on the low encounter rate screen, and that means that you spend more time on the high encounter rate screen. That means that your danger value is just higher. That means that you just get another battle. We know her isn't even this game. We know her as anyway, she's invincible. She's a witch. Wait. Only a Squall dies in F8 at the end of this one, as anybody knows. Well, I mean, if you want to ask if this game's Runoa, which obviously is Aerith, dies, generally yes, but not in this one. If I were to play FF8, I would probably project all my Aerith hate onto Runoa, because Runoa just is as talkative as Aerith is. She's probably even worse. Rinoa is... If I were to just play FF8 more, just run it, I would probably hate Rinoa even more than I hate Aerith. Well, there's a couple of things starting after the calm flashback that change. Nothing big really, just a couple of improvements. It's just basically boss strats and some things like that. There's no new glitch or anything. And for the final battles, basically the final battles, they will be easier, but riskier. They are much easier now. I mean, they weren't really difficult in the first place, but with this new setup, they are pretty much foolproof, unless you get unlucky. And if you get unlucky, you're basically dead. Basically, the hardest battle will now be Genoa Synthesis. If Cloud isn't hit by Shadow Flare, or by Bizarro's physical attack, called Sephiroth's Shock, but you actually never get to see that name of the attack. If he is not hit by any of those two attacks, and if Sephiroth's Shock, Bizarro's physical attack, doesn't quit anybody, then you're good. Because that's the only thing that could go wrong. And if that doesn't happen, you're good. And Genova Synthesis only has single target attacks for the time she's alive. Basically, if her first attack doesn't hit Cloud, then you're good too. I really like the new final battles. Maybe I should just run them more, but the way I've practiced them like twice or 3 times, they look kinda nice to me. They're simple and, I don't know, maybe beautiful isn't the right words, but I like them. They're just very simple now. I'm not really sure if that's a good thing, but it's not really a bad thing either. Well, this is the Steam version, and the Steam version just runs at a higher frame rate. That's probably the biggest change, but also it has, I mean, just the loading screens are shorter, but the main issue is the higher frame rate, whereas the PlayStation version runs at 30 frames per second on field screens, which is where you just spend most of your time anyway. The Steam version has a 34 frame rate cap, so it's like up to 4 frames faster per second. So there's more than 10%. And then again, there's also those much shorter loading times. But just before random battles, before battles in general, between screen transitions, in between menus, it's just every time you do any of these things and do a lot of these, you save time. I mean, how much faster it is actually is difficult to assess because no one really knows the loading time differences. I mean, you can time them, but no one has really done that yet. And, well, of course, also the PC version has exclusive glitches, but I'm not sure. I don't think you mean that. It's just that you probably mean just the way the game overall looks. Someone would really have to, in order to, like, compare them time-wise, you would have to time the time you spend on field screens and just multiply that by, well, 30 over 34. Or rather 34 over 30. But that would require quite a lot of just time to do that, so no one really does that. It's just, I mean, they technically are different games, the PC version, the PlayStation version anyway. Oh hey. I don't even know what your better Twitch TV issue is, because I didn't have any issues. Maybe I was just lucky. I mean, I use a pop-out chat, and I use better Twitch TV, and I mean, I'm not sure where you had that whiteness, but just in the chat that I popped out, everything looks unchanged. Yeah, it's just YuffieWarping Plus. But I haven't really done this one in quite a while. And that's why this actually has a somewhat different route. At least after 2 hours or so it changes. And there's a couple of time savers in it. Some of them smaller, some of them bigger. But nothing groundbreaking really. It's just that while I was at ESA, or just at the very beginning, Newart started to use Deathblow, I heard. And since I came back I looked into it more. And yeah, the Fury Ring is completely just, you know, the Fury Ring is normally bought in Gongaga, and I don't buy anything in Gongaga anymore. So that's already quite a nice time saver. I also skipped the Hero Rings now, so I skipped the entire visit to Icicle Inn. And that's quite big, because you have to land there, you have to go there, you have to go back, you can get encounters there, and just flying there takes time. Also, I don't go to Burnt Village the second time. Normally I go there to buy tranquilizers. Actually, I still buy tranquilizers, but on the first time when I go there I do that now. Which might seem counterintuitive, because you normally wouldn't want to do that, because if you buy them before you go to Burnt Village, or on your first visit there, you will have them for the source application, but fret not, I won't. I actually only buy 3 tranquilizers, and I use them on all my characters, so when I start the source application, everybody is tranquilized, so that I don't actually have any tranquilizers anymore. Of course that has downsides, because I only have 3 tranquilizers, so if anybody dies, the sadness is gone, and that's quite an issue. So if my characters die on the final descent against the Iron Man, their sadness is gone. That's very bad for Genosynthesis, because, well, if they don't have sadness, they usually don't survive a single attack by her. So little actual gameplay. Well, I mean, I can see your broader points, but to put this into perspective, it's not like I only play like 5 minutes in an hour. I mean, I know there's games that have much more gameplay, like real gameplay, not just button mashing. But it doesn't really annoy me so much. Maybe I'm just used to it. So, I mean, I can't really tell you how I find motivation to do anything. How should I... That's actually a very difficult question. I have no idea how I find motivation. I just do these things. Well, I mean, but I really like to just have chat. It's quite... I know. I mean, I don't really listen to this game anymore, watch it. I just read the chat, and... I mean, whenever I just mash buttons and just skip text, I can just do that. And come up with some more interesting theories about Error's life of crime. You know, if you speedrun something, and if you speedrun it in a live audience, or just if you just stream it, there's more to it than just a game. And in a way, like, little gameplay actually makes it much easier to, well, to read chat and communicate. I mean, if there was non-stop action and very precise action like all the time, I couldn't really do that so much anymore. So that does have its advantages and disadvantages. The music helps. Are you kidding me? I hate the music. At least, I mean, maybe that's a bit harsh, but I've listened to this music so much that the music doesn't really help anymore at all. At least not for me. Well, I mean, there are a couple of tracks in this game that I really like, but and even though I like FF7 general OST, I actually do prefer FF8's soundtrack overall. I think FF9 has much nicer tracks that just casually I would very much prefer to listen to than FF7's, and this was terrible. And the tracks I like most aren't even in this one. Like, for example, I like something called Reunion, a track that is played in Northern Cave and also in the Whirlwind Maze. And there's also something called It's Hard to Stand on Both Feet. It's Hard to Stand on Both Feet, which is played on the cargo ship and it's a couple of other occasions. And I don't even hear those tracks. You know what I hear is like very stupid Aerith and Tifa and Barrett's character themes. I hate those tracks. They're terrible. That's what I have to listen to. That doesn't help at all, unless in contemplating suicide. So that's what I can say about the music. Yeah, I like FF9's soundtrack too. Well, the perfect guard skip. No, you won't see that, because if you mean by perfect the test guard skip, then no, I don't do that anymore. I'm not even sure if I ever did that. I don't think I ever did it, but I used to do a much riskier strat there. Only I realized that it's just very stupid. So I already do quite a safe way. I mean, it's still somewhat risky because the first running across with Cloud is difficult or dangerous, but after that it's quite safe. You can actually do much riskier things there, but generally I would not recommend them, because even though they do save like 10 seconds, they're just very risky. They're like, there's a couple of frames as a window of opportunity to get it right, and if you fail it, you lose about 90 seconds. So that's a very costly maneuver. And it's very easy to fail it. I mean, even if you practice that, because you have like 4 frames to get it right, it's just stupidly risky. And there's no easy setup for it anyway either, so I would strongly discourage doing that. So this is the wonderful stairs section once again. No one has found some kind of skip for this yet. Sadly. Also, I mentioned that a couple of times. I'm not sure if this is PC only, but when you leave the screen, and if you look at Tifa and Barrett, they will sometimes, just when you leave the screen at that frame, they will sometimes run down or just run into the wall for some reason. It seems that their movement is calculated depending on clouds, and when he exits the screen they seem to do very strange stuff. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's just graphical. How they move doesn't actually matter, except for on the final screen where you have to wait for them, but on any other screen they can just run into walls for how much you like. For example, there just Tifa went into the railing. I mean, as I said, it's only graphical, but it looks very strange. Sometimes she doesn't even only run into the railing, but she actually runs down. I mean, as far as I can say, that looks like a glitch to me. Only a completely meaningless glitch, because it has no impact on anything, as far as I can say. I think you might see it here again. Tifa once, yeah, she just went down at the end. It was very strange, and this should be the final screen, so I somewhat screwed this up, but because it's the final screen you have to wait for Belle and Tifa anyway. And you can screw this up quite a bit and still not lose any time, because at this point you just have to wait. So it doesn't matter too much on this screen. Actually, it doesn't matter unless you really waste too much time. The ATB is horrible. It's really shitty. Well, they only got off one attack, so that's kind of okay, I guess. Yeah, I've seen much worse, really. Should not be so pessimistic. It wasn't that shitty. It was average shit. Why do people not use ATB weights? I mean, I know some people, actually a lot of people don't even use ATB weight there. But, you know, just changing the ATB takes much less time than it takes to just have a bad battle there, which you almost are guaranteed to get with ATB active. So at this part you could do a double one with Tifa, which is very specific, and but also it saves about 10 seconds because it makes the west much faster. Well, that's really not a problem at all. You know, waiting with Barrett's actually doesn't change anything at all. Because if you want faster, it doesn't speed up Tifa at all, so what I do with Barrett there, I know I can do it faster, but it has no impact at all. So, I mean, you can do it faster. I mean, you can one sooner, but it doesn't make it faster. Only the final one with Tifa, if you speed that up, like if you one time sooner, then it saves time. But it saves about 3 seconds or something. And I don't really... oh my god, terrible. It stands for real-time attack. It just means that I use real-time to time this, and not like game time, or whatever. Yeah, I mean, that was a very ugly misstep there, but because I wasn't behind before, and because there's a lot of leeway in the Shinra headquarters anyway, this shouldn't be an issue. The Shinra headquarters actually, at least in this route, because I skip poison materia and I skip enemy skill, has a lot of room for step counter mistakes. I mean, I wouldn't say a lot of room, but compared to other parts, it's probably the most reliant part. Lenient? How do I even pronounce words? I don't know. Well, on ATB active, just the ATB pretty much always fills up except during long animations. On ATB wait, you can stop the ATB when you're in menus, and that is the source, or just the foundation, for something called wait trick, pretty much a gameplay exploit to give you more turns than the enemies get, and of course that's very, very handy. So whenever there's possibility for that, I use that, and pretty much everybody does that. To use ATB wait to get more turns than the enemies get just by staying in menus. And for this one, it's actually quite important in a lot of battles, mainly the final battles, because in this one, Bizarro Sephiroth should get 1 turn, so he will get an opening attack and an opening heal, and then he will die before he ever gets to attack again. And this only works with ATB wait. It's similar for Saber Sephiroth. Saber Sephiroth actually will, he will use Wall, then he will use Shadow Flare, and then if Shadow Flare doesn't hit Clouds, he will get to attack with his physical attack, and afterwards he will be dead. Of course, if Shadow Flare kills Clouds, the one is pretty much over. Because I don't have long range, so I actually realized that if Sephiroth becomes long range when he ascends, Deathblow won't hit him. I thought it would, but actually it doesn't, because Cloud's weapon is short range. It still needs long range materia to hit with Deathblow. Yeah, I do skip long range because there's literally no reason for it. Because as long as the enemy is not well, like, as long as it's not considered long range, like when Sephiroth ascends, and he shouldn't do that before he dies. Deathblow deals the long range damage, so Cloud will deal the damage he doesn't front row if he isn't back row with Deathblow. And because the only enemy that would require long range with Deathblow is Sephiroth when he ascends, but because he should be dead before that, there's really no reason for me to get long range anymore. Except of course, if Cloud dies to Shadow Flare, but that's just bad luck. You know, statistically it should be a 13.3% chance for that to happen. It's just the chance of him targeting Cloud, 1 in 3, times the missed tile not allowing him to dodge, which is 40% chance, so 1 in 3 or 40%. That's 13.3. So about 1 in 8, slightly more than 1 in 8. And for me that's low enough to just to bet my entire one on that. I mean, it's like, it's you know, one-wise, it's worse than Death Guys, because if that happens I'm dead, whereas in like Death Guys, in FF9, if you like Meteor kills your entire party, it's not necessarily over, but if you shut off like kills Cloud, it is over. But then again, Death Guys is like 8 hours to 9 hours into one, where this is like 2.5 hours into it, so I'm fine with that. Also, I really don't care so much if ones die or not. Yeah. I generally don't get too attached to things anyway. So I'm fine if they just fleet away into death. I mean, I don't enjoy it, but I'm aware that that might happen. YOLO strats. I don't really know about that. Well, I see your reasoning, but if by YOLO you mean strats that work with a accuracy of like 10%, you on average have to invest 60 to 70 hours until they actually work. And if you have like 3 YOLO strats at 6, 7 and 8 hours into one, you need to invest about 6 to 7,000 hours before they actually pay off, and that's really very stupid. Unless of course you do segmented, because then the calculation isn't multiplicative anymore. But no one does segmented anymore anyway, so... you know, in theory, yes there is, but that assumes that there is randomness. Video games don't have randomness, video games have an RNG. Sometimes they don't even have that, and FF7 doesn't even technically have an RNG. FF7 has some kind of very foggy RNG system. So there is no perfect randomness. In other words, what you assume to happen eventually, even with low odds, might in effect never happen at all, just to how the RNG is coded. So just betting on far too unlikely things might actually make those things technically impossible. You know, when it comes to just too low odds, just the way the RNG is coded kicks in, and I mean, you'd have to analyze this case by case, but there's a chance that things that are just highly unlikely just cannot happen at all in a video game. Because the RNG can take only like, I don't know, depends of course on the specific game, the specific RNG, it can only like take 256 different like values, for example, and if they have to like somehow be arranged in a specific order, it might just happen that that's physically impossible for them. So it can never, you can't really assume that anything that's possible just with randomness is actually possible in a video game. Just, I mean, for example, you know, you might assume that if you like, you might assume that, well, if you just play the game often enough, Cloud will eventually, when you just attack enemies physically, eventually every single of his attacks will be critical. That is just not possible if you don't give him like luck sources and stuff. Just because, I mean, well, I mean, I know how criticals work. It's that they actually depend on what frame you input the command, so I mean, in theory it could still work if you just input on the exact right frame every time, but well, if you just hold down like attack, eventually it won't work anymore because you would have to actually wait for like a specific frame. You'd have to like do nothing for like 10 seconds and then wait for the right frame to get another critical. And you wouldn't do this in a 1 because in a 1 you just assume to get criticals just immediately. So waiting for a quit frame, just no one would do that. But because you would have to do that eventually, you just couldn't technically get quits all the time. I mean, the same thing applies to like hit chances and stuff. Even though it's like possible for Death Blow to hit all the time, it might very well be technically impossible just to the RNG and stuff. Hey. That's why if you just bet on too low odds, you might bet on 0 odds. Yeah, I mean, it's not an entirely new route, but the end game changes quite a bit compared to the last time I went this, which was a couple of weeks ago. A couple of things have changed, a couple of things were changed, and then I changed a couple of things myself. So I know a lot of things have changed. One in 6 means, yeah, that on average, after 6 hit you should have 1. It doesn't mean that necessarily in 6 you will have 1. I mean, obviously, that's just how randomness works. And because video games, I mean, there are ways to get something close to real randomness. If you, for example, have like ways to generate pseudo randomness by like having a way to, I don't know, to detect like noise in front of the monitor or something that might be random. Unless you have that, your pseudo randomness is always terrible. So, and FF7's random number generator is really very primitive. You really shouldn't expect average things from it. The concept of averageness just doesn't really exist in FF7. That's, of course, why everything in my eyes in this game is horrible or terrible, just because it's obviously horrible or terrible, just pick whatever you prefer. Well, I know this battle is bad because of the slow animation you get. But if I want to skip this battle, it makes stuff worse. Because the next battle I have is a preemptive, so I can escape immediately, which of course helps me save time. And also I don't have any battle in the flashback, in the calm flashback, so Sephiroth will not use any of his magical attacks. And that's quite nice, because his attacks are even worse. Why do I play such a horrible, terrible game? Because I could just do something else, but it would be equally horrible or terrible. I could play different terrible and horrible games. I could do different things, equally horrible or terrible in my life, but I just like this specific kind of horrible and terribleness. It kind of suits me, so that's why I do this. Well, a YuffieWarping +1. Please don't drop the plus. I mean, if you've never heard of it, you probably can't tell, but the plus is actually part of just its name. It's a YuffieWarping +1, or short YW plus. It's basically a new game +1. So there's this glitch called YuffieWarping, which is pretty much what this one is based on. So you use this glitch, and you use it in a new game plus way. That's what the plus is basically for. So you use pre-made save files to initiate a certain glitch, a sort of wrong warp. That's why it's called YuffieWarping Plus. You can use as many pre-made save files as you want to, and the sake of those pre-made save files is to die. So at some point I will load those save files and I will die on them. And dying on those save files allows me to warp to different points in the game. And to clarify this, what I gained from dying on those save files is only the location, so the only thing that matters about those different that's terrible, by the way. I should just stop talking when I do this. I should have used a grenade because he can't target him, whatever. The only thing that you get from those pre-made save files is their location, so I don't get any items or any levels or material, whatever, characters from those save files. I only get their location. So I already have those save files made. You can do this without those pre-made save files, but if you do that, you can't skip so much as I will. So it's a different one. And it's not a New Game Plus there anymore, but in this one, which is the closest FF7 gets to New Game Plus, I will use those pre-made save files to warp to different places. And as I said, I don't get any items or material or stuff just from the specific save file. I only get the location. Of course, if I can warp to like the final dungeon, then I can get stuff in the final dungeon. But just from the other save file, I only get the location. So that's that. That's also why I will actually warp in the final dungeon, but I have to leave first because I couldn't beat the final boss yet because I am just too low level and stuff. And hey. Well, no, you can't do YuffieWarping in FF8 to 9 because there's no Yuffie. On a serious note, I don't know if there's something like that. I would like to, but no one has found anything yet, as far as I know. I mean, maybe someone has found it but hasn't shared it yet, who knows. But, FF8 and 9 are pretty much glitchless. I mean, FF8 has the Renoa skip, that's pretty much it. There's like a junction skip too, but there is nothing just like YuffieWarping in FF8 or 9. Kingdom Hearts. I don't even really care for Kingdom Hearts, to be honest. I mean, this was a horrible battle, by the way. I'm losing time, and I can see that I'm losing time. I don't want to see that. I need to get rid of this. I don't really care for Kingdom Hearts, that's my point. I know it has FF characters, but it also has Disney characters, and that's for me just... I don't like Disney characters, that's probably why I don't like the game. I also, it's just that I don't know, I never really cared for it. Maybe I'm just an ignorant hater, but I don't care for Kingdom Hearts at all. Don't expect me to like it. Just such a weird spin-off of Disney characters and Final Fantasy characters to me. I could never get into it. It just feels so ridiculous. I really couldn't care less for it. So I lost time because of because I got put to sleep in the 100 gunner battle. I lost about 16 seconds. That's really not too out of the ordinary. Just what happens. Well, I mean, I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game, so I can't really tell. Maybe if I actually played it, I might enjoy it. I mean, I might enjoy it for whatever it is, but I've never played it. I've never played so many games, so the only way for me to talk about them is from what I've seen of them, and that doesn't really interest me. I don't know. I probably am not too open-minded about video games. Considering that I only really play this single game, you could probably tell. I mean, I don't even know what's the deal with all of those different mixes in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, people talk about that, and I have no idea why there's like 1,600,000 different mixes and stuff games and 1.5, 2.5. I have no idea what that is. Like, I don't get it. There's too many Kingdom Hearts games for me to keep track. Oh my god, terrible. Oh my god, we have to kill this thing too, I guess. Wow, this is horrible, I can't do anything anymore. Kingdom Hearts 1/2. I mean, I know the Cydia, where there are also like all the Final Fantasy characters in one game. And even though I haven't played that game either, it makes more sense to me than to have FF characters in conjunction with all the Disney characters. I mean, the Cydia probably has a very strange story too, but I would rather embrace that than the Kingdom Hearts story. Just because I actually know FF characters. I have no fucking idea what Disney characters do or whatever. I have watched like 2 Disney movies in my entire life. I mean, I wouldn't probably even been able to just name all of them. I mean, I know a lot of people really like the Kingdom Hearts series, but I'm not one of them. I mean, I like a couple of games next to FF7 and just the FF series, but they are not really connected to FF7. They're just random games that I've played, that I like to play. You know, for instance, I think my favorite N64 game is a game called Glover, which you might have never heard of. People actually speedrun that game, and I like that game. I wouldn't really speedrun it myself, but I like to watch that. And it has nothing to do with FF7. A double arm attack, this is garbage. You mean Dirge of Cerberus? Apparently people like that, some people do. I have never played it, so can't say anything about that. Well, I only made this route today, pretty much, so basically the final battles, and I skipped the hero drink now. That's the main difference. I assume that because this route, well, it should be faster, that Neohard might very well adjust to it eventually. Wow, you have movies in your car trunk? Maybe you should clean out your car trunk. That's what I got from what you're saying. I don't even know what's in my car trunk, because I haven't opened that in, I don't know, last decade or so. I hope there's no corpses in it anymore. You can skip the animal part of that sentence. As far as I know, there haven't been corpses in my car trunk. Just for the records. I use different cars to transport the corpses I get in contact with. Just like any responsible person should do. You should not transport corpses in your own car trunk. That's just very ruthless. Okay, that was second try. The first try actually looked very good to me, but I still didn't get it. That's okay. Because this skip only wastes like 2 seconds or so if you don't get it first try, but this is a horrible encounter. You shouldn't get one encounter here. Getting this second try is still not so bad. The Midgar escape glitch. Hey. So I'd still do the same shopping here. Nothing changed to that. I heard Neohard also has difficulty buying 2 steel materia. I used to have that myself, but I grew out of it. Well, has Google actually officially purchased Twitch yet? I mean, judging by the way things are going, it looks like if it hasn't happened yet, the deal is pretty much about to finalize, just not public yet. I mean, why would they actually just implement that audio detecting system on their own? I mean, I understand what copyrights are and how they work, but I mean, why would Twitch just do that on their own if they were not in some way affiliated with YouTube? So that's pretty much quite compelling evidence that there must be something on. Oh, you can't even hear me? Well, that's too bad. Because the stream is still going and I don't care. Well, it's not dead on my part, that's what I can tell you. Well, I'm using my phone right now, and I can at least load my chat. so I'm not quite sure what's going on. Whatever. I mean, I record this locally, so in case this is like a new record, I will upload it to YouTube. Resistance. Well, resistance is kind of futile. Just look at some historical examples. It seems that YouTube failed. Google Plus invaded them. France failed. But maybe it changes in the future. Who knows? Well, I can always hear myself. Part of my live split now. That's another thing that's kind of neat about live splits. You can just add like some of bests. You can add some extra stuff too, like possible time save. I didn't really feel that was necessary, but some of bests is kind of neat. So for this one, apparently it's 2:35:33 already, and it actually automatically updates during the one. So if you have a new best segment, it will lower the sum of bests, of course. And you know, my sum of bests, it isn't even from, I mean, the route change isn't even included yet. So even though this route actually has quite some randomness involved too, like the source duplication, probably the biggest part, dying to ultimate weapon. Some other stuff too, like final battles to an extent, random battles on the world map. The Zolom, you know, compared to 100%, randomness one is nothing. It's really fairly small in relation to 100% ones. Can you actually hear me? Can anybody except for myself hear me now? Then please answer this question so that I can confirm that you actually do hear me, not just say yes at a random point. Of course you have to be able to answer the question, so it must not be too difficult. And of course it has to be specific enough, because otherwise you could just randomly say it. Of course it shouldn't, dude. I always make this mistake. So I'm about to make and find a sufficiently specific but not too specific question that apparently no one will hear then, to assure me that no one can actually listen to this at the moment because the stream is not loading for anyone. So I don't know. What is the most noticeable feature about Aerith? A, her hair color, or B, her vile insurance fraud schemes? Please answer by the letter. Well, even if I account for delay, because I still haven't gotten any answers, I get the impression that no one actually watched this stream. Have you tried reloading? You know, maybe Twitch is just currently under attack. Wouldn't really surprise me too much. I mean, someone might not have been too happy with the changes they announced. Well, maybe someone DDoSed Twitch. Or someone did something to their servers. It wouldn't really surprise me. You know, I don't want to incite that kind of behavior or condone it, but I can say that I could predict it. Splicing, what do you mean by that? You have Google Plus? Well, that's great. Because anyone who wants to use YouTube pretty much has to have Google Plus. Yeah, that's my VII plan, to hyper route, then make it exclusive to myself, so that no one actually gains any knowledge. I am a true evil mastermind. My schemes are almost as asinine as Aerith's insurance fraud schemes. You have a Juffie. Do you personally own a customized Juffie for yourself? That's quite a luxury that I have to dispense with. Because I only have a part-time, a shared Juffie for all my needs. Feel free to donate me a Juffie though, because I'm kinda in need of a personalized full-time Juffie to use for all my Juffie needs, like stealing people's material, and the like. Jeffrey, are you kidding me? What are you? A cheap Juffie lover? Please don't confuse Juffie with the cheap pirated copy of Jeffrey. Jeffrey is not even worth a tenth a Juffie. You shouldn't spend any money on Jeffrey or Yuffie or Yuffie. They are all just inferior quality copies. The only thing that is good is Juffie. Please always remember that. It's very painful to be tricked by some cheap Juffie con scheme and be robbed of your money that you so meticulously saved to be able to afford the newest Juffie and Juffie accessories, which you should probably only buy from your licensed Juffie and Juffie accessories seller to be sure that they are not fake or pirated or broken or lack the original Juffie genuineness. But they, those worthless creatures, are stealing the Juffie from my mother. And now she has those Juffie accessories that she can't use because her Juffie is stolen. So, don't worry, I will get you another Juffie. And even more Juffie accessories. Because I can burn down villages for money and ransom to buy you all the Juffie and Juffie accessories that you will ever need in a lifetime. Even if you're an alien, and that probably means you need more Juffie accessories than other people to Juffie up your life, but that's no problem. I can just burn down more villages and make more money as a hair model and shampoo model and hockey player. That is true devotion of a son to a mother. Sephiroth should be voted best son ever. You know, his unconditional love for his mother and his unconditional creditworthiness to buy Juffie and Juffie accessories for his mother. That is so unique. You don't actually see that very much anymore in these times in the world. It's kind of sad that no one can actually hear this live. It's really annoying. But what can I do? Pretty much nothing. But this is definitely a Twitch issue, I can tell. Because I can still get chat, that means that my internet connection is still working. And this encounter was very early, that's bad, because it means I might get another encounter, or even two. Maybe 3 or 3 billion, who knows? Okay, this is horrible. It was kind of nice though. And I need to practice this part of the world, because I actually might to force this encounter specific spots. I will actually still walk after this too, but I might have to do both, because I will walk to the end of this screen once I enter this. I will just walk down and then I will climb up the woods, and then I will walk to the end of the screen. And that might not be enough yet, so... I might want to force the encounter and walk. I just need to find the white spots to force the encounter on. You know, it's actually kind of nice that I walk on this screen, because it's kind of difficult to just get the woods climbed quickly. So doing it walkingly somewhat neat. Okay, now I just save. It's kind of early, but whatever. No, this was bad. Whatever. Oh my god, it was horrible. Fucking horrible. Oh my, this... God. This is horrible. I mean, whatever. I'll lose like a step or so, because I will warp close. I won't warp close to the exit of the screen. That's bad. And this is one of the changes I already do. I will get the encounter on the dirt here, not anymore on the beach. Because I actually realized that the beach encounters are probably worse than the dirt encounters. I mean, I get different encounters here, but basically I should have to use less grenades, fewer grenades. This thing has 350 HP. It's actually called Hellrider VR2, whatever that means. I only have 3 grenades remaining, it's kinda bad. Yeah, this is not good. That's already quite a neat time save, I can say. Oh my god, I can't even remember what saved to a lot, that's horrible. It's wasted time. And because I can only use 3 grenades now, Yuffie has 600 HP, so 4 grenades and 1 bolt kill her. Means I have to use like 2 bolts. In case she doesn't actually fog cloud, in which case it wouldn't even work anymore. Okay, well it's good enough. But I'm gonna lose time, that's for sure. Because a grenade is much faster than bolts. Now I need to find out if my step counter actually pans out or not. Please, you don't get global banned for saying fucking Twitch. It's just an expression of an opinion. Seriously. I mean, it's not exactly very courteous, but... Please, even remove Google, because Google's just a company, there's like no personal victim. Doesn't really get you banned as far as I can say. Okay, this was garbage. It was the first, the Alemania's cave. The pole smashing was kind of very stupid. I mean, not stupid, just very bad. Just done quite poorly and sloppily. And I actually have to make sure that Cloudzilla's restore, because it needs to level up an alternate weapon. And you can see that because I skipped long range, I get the encounters a little bit later here in the Northern Cave. Just don't really have time to... Okay, that is actually quite rare, and it's the best case. Dude, that is literally the very best case, and even misses. This attack is so slow that it's very unlikely to not escape in time if you see this attack. It's only used with a 1 in 5 chance though. So normally the Alemania uses different attacks that are much faster. And in this one case, slow attacks are good because they allow you to escape easier. Also, another change is that I actually do ultimate weapon before one village, so I need to manually revive Cloud, and I can do this in battle or in the menu outside of battle. It doesn't really matter which I choose, but if I have the time, I will do this in battle actually. Because, well, anything goes, and if I have... I mean, there's still no battle after this, so I can't really do this in the preemptive, because I can escape immediately. But I can do this in this parasite battle, possibly. If not, I will just do this in the menu. It's either way really works. So it will be in the menu, that's okay. I actually do this flight course now, because I realized that's actually slightly faster. Just the movement on the world map behind it now. There's less movement, so that's faster. And of course, unless I die all the time here, I will save quite a bit of time, because I just do this before one village. Terrible. So let's see how this goes. Okay, I survived this, for sure. No ultimate beam. That's the best case. And I said ATB to wait here because if he had killed Cloud in this battle, I could have just revived him with the Phoenix Down, and the other character, some other character would have used the grenade. If you have active field, it's probably not possible because you just get a turn too soon. And I made sure that Cloud has restore materials and it levels up, because it needs to be on level 2 for the final battle for at least safer Sephiroth. And you can see I save a lot of time on this now. But I will lose some time because just different routes. And I will of course sell the Bronze Bank on the mob, but I will actually keep the Power Wrist, and I will buy 3 tranquilizers. That's unusual for this one, so it's part of the world changes that I made. Oh god, it was terrible. sloppy menuing. Oh my god. My god, it's terrible. It's my first run of a new world, I should get used to this. Oh my god. I've only gotten the Bone Village treasure chest opening animation skip glitch once in this one. Okay, only once at all. Whatever. Already not a good beginning. Oh my god, I'm stupid, I didn't use the tranquilizers. That's really stupid. I forgot that. Well, that's really my fault. I have to use them and then arrange my inventory. Well, that's something to learn from this for sure. Okay. Because he stole the power source, I actually had to kill him. If he had escaped, I would have had to reset because I didn't have the power source anymore. And if my step counter was good, I will get this encounter very quickly. Yeah, that's very nice. It's a nice part of the world change. Well, it would have been faster to kill this, I guess. It's just animation. But if I had escaped, it would have been faster. You only stole the Phoenix down, so didn't need that. I wish I hadn't screwed up the first source application. I mean, I had not used the tranquilizers, so of course I had a lower chance that the speed or power source would actually be stolen. That was probably only my fault that it didn't work out then. It's just bad odds. And the first is always the best. The worst usually to screw up because then you just have to launch for outside. If I save inside, it kills my step count. It makes the other attempts to steal and duplicate worse. That's why I don't save inside. That's such a waste of time on my part. I should probably just always kill them, just for safety, but whatever. And the potion, that's useless. But getting it there isn't an issue, so I guess that's okay. So no, I actually only go to Mangaga. I don't have to adjust the camera angle for this, I think. In fact, the angle is pretty much perfect when I start. So I will get Death Blow. And that's it. And I will steal, of course, the oh my god. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. No. I really just not be cheap on the escape, because the encounter on the first screen will not be a good encounter. Oh, and I should have done this, well, whatever. Should have done this faster and probably in screen. Not on world map but on the field map, but probably doesn't matter. That's a nice time save, that's because I skipped the trip to Icicle Inn and one village too. And buying stuff. That's really very nice. And if the source application had been better, I probably could have saved, well, another minute, whatever. Okay, that's bad. I didn't get sneak attack knock. Just 25 chance that this happens. At least I got it to you. Oh, and I should have played whatever. Whatever. Now this is gonna be dangerous. I need to survive this, and hopefully no one dies either, because otherwise their tranquilized statuses, their sadness is gone. And that would obviously not be good against the I probably should have taken my time to duplicate the speedruns there. Against the Iron Man. No one should die here. Okay, she's done. She is... oh my god, that is horrible. They're both dead. Oh wait, I'm also stupid because I didn't actually... oh my god. Why didn't I do this? This is really very sloppy, I don't like it. This is technically only my fault.